They were here just a moment ago. Their faces were on our screens last week, last month, last year. Some made us laugh. Some inspired us. Some changed music, cinema, politics, and culture forever. Today, we travel across cemeteries, memorial gardens, private burial grounds, and forgotten corners of the world to visit the final resting places of people whose names once dominated headlines and whose talents touched millions of lives. We begin with a man whose final moments came without warning. Patrick Muldoon passed away, suddenly at his home in Beverly Hills. According to reports, the cause of death was a myocardial infarction, commonly known as a heart attack. His death certificate also listed contributing conditions, including a hereditary coagulopathy disorder and a pulmonary embolism. The circumstances surrounding his passing were tragic. He was found unconscious on the bathroom floor by his girlfriend, Miriam Rothbart, after failing to return while getting ready for the day. What began as an ordinary morning ended in heartbreak. Like many of the people we remember today, Patrick Muldoon's final chapter arrived unexpectedly, reminding us that even familiar faces can disappear without warning. From Beverly Hills, our journey takes us to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Gene Hackman passed away on February 18, 2025, at the age of 95. The legendary actor, whose career produced unforgettable performances in The French Connection and Unforgiven, spent his final years away from Hollywood. After retiring in 2004, he chose a quiet life focused on writing novels and spending time with family. But tragedy surrounded his final days. His wife, Betsy Arakawa, died roughly a week before him after contracting hantavirus. Their bodies were eventually discovered by maintenance workers. Today, Gene Hackman rests at Rivera Memorial Gardens in Santa Fe. Visitors say his grave remains remarkably simple, marked only by a conch shell placed near a tree. For a man who won 2 Academy Awards and became one of the greatest actors of his generation, the simplicity of his grave feels almost poetic. In death, as in his later years, he chose privacy over attention. A few hundred miles away in California lies another giant whose influence reached nearly every corner of modern music. Quincy Jones died on November 3, 2024, at the age of 91. He was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. To describe Quincy Jones simply as a producer would be an enormous understatement. He collected 28 Grammy Awards and received 80 nominations during a career that stretched across generations. He helped create some of the most successful albums ever recorded, including Thriller, Bad, and Off the Wall. Yet his greatest gift may have been his ability to recognize greatness in others. He brought artists together, shaped careers, and elevated music itself. Long before becoming a legend, he survived being shot in the head, and later endured brain surgeries that doctors believed would end his musical career. Instead, he continued creating for another half-century. Few people in history have influenced music on such a massive scale. Hollywood lost another visionary just months later. Lynch passed away on January 16, 2025, at age 78. His ashes were buried at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles. Lynch never followed trends. Instead, he created worlds that audiences could never fully explain but could never forget. Through Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, and The Elephant Man, he transformed filmmaking into something dreamlike and unsettling. Fans spent decades debating the meanings hidden within his stories. In the end, emphysema caused by years of smoking brought his life to a close. With his passing, one of cinema's most original minds disappeared, leaving behind mysteries that audiences will continue discussing for generations. The road then leads to Oklahoma. Toby Keith died on February 5, 2024, at age 62. The country music star spent much of his life celebrating the values and traditions of the place he called home. Songs like Should Have Been a Cowboy and Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue made him one of country music's most recognizable voices. Even after being diagnosed with stomach cancer, he continued performing whenever possible. Fans watched him fight courageously against the disease while refusing to surrender his passion for music. Buried at a private location in Oklahoma, Toby Keith remains deeply connected to the state that shaped his identity. Long after his final performance, His songs continue echoing through radio stations, stadiums, and small-town celebrations across America. From country music, we move to comedy. Bob Newhart passed away on July 18, 2024, at the age of 94. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, Newhart left behind a legacy unlike any other comedian. His calm, understated delivery changed comedy forever. While many comedians relied on loud personalities and exaggerated performances, Newhart mastered the art of saying more with less. His albums became cultural phenomena, and his television shows remained beloved for decades. Even today, many television historians consider the finale of Newhart one of the greatest endings ever written. The man who turned hesitation and stammering into comedy gold leaves behind a style that countless comedians still attempt to imitate. Then comes a figure whose influence extended far beyond entertainment. Jimmy Carter died on December 29, 2024, at the age of 100, buried beside his wife Rosalind at his home in Plains, Georgia. Carter's life represented service in its purest form. As the 39th President of the United States, he experienced both triumph and criticism. Yet many believe his greatest achievements came after leaving office. Through humanitarian work, election monitoring, disease eradication programs, and Habitat for Humanity, he spent decades helping people around the world. Even after entering hospice care, he continued defying expectations and lived long enough to participate in the 2024 election. The small-town peanut farmer who reached the White House eventually returned home, closing a remarkable chapter in American history. Music suffered another enormous loss in 2025. Brian Wilson passed away on June 11, 2025, at the age of 82. The creative force behind the Beach Boys transformed popular music forever. Albums like Pet Sounds influenced generations of musicians and are frequently listed among the greatest recordings ever made. Yet behind the success stood a man who battled profound personal struggles. Mental illness, exploitation, and years of emotional hardship accompanied much of his life. Despite those obstacles, he continued creating music that captured joy, nostalgia, and beauty. His melodies shaped the soundtrack of countless lives. When Brian Wilson died, many fans felt that a piece of musical history died with him. Another Hollywood icon soon followed. Val Kilmer passed away on April 1, 2025, at age 65. Whether audiences knew him as Iceman in Top Gun, Doc Holliday in Tombstone, or Jim Morrison in The Doors, Kilmer possessed a rare ability to disappear into his characters. After years of battling throat cancer, he lost much of his natural speaking voice. Yet he refused to stop creating. Through modern technology, he found new ways to communicate and even returned for Top Gun: Maverick. His determination inspired fans worldwide. Though his voice was weakened, his passion never faded. Finally, we arrive at the resting place of a man whose mission was simple: help people believe in themselves. Richard Simmons passed away on July 13, 2024, at age 76. For decades, Simmons encouraged millions of people to exercise, improve their health, and embrace themselves. His Sweatin' to the Oldies workout series sold more than 20 million copies worldwide. Unlike many fitness celebrities, Simmons built his reputation on kindness rather than intimidation. He celebrated small victories and made people feel seen. After withdrawing from public life in 2014, he became something of a mystery. Yet the positivity he shared never disappeared. Even today, countless people credit him with helping them change their lives. These are only the first names on our journey. Ahead lie more actors, musicians, athletes, political leaders, and cultural icons, whose graves tell stories of achievement, sacrifice, controversy, and inspiration. Some rest beneath elaborate monuments. Others lie in quiet cemeteries known only to family and close friends. But every grave marks the end of a unique story, and every story reminds us that no matter how famous someone becomes, time eventually calls everyone home. The stories do not end with the names we've already visited. Beyond the gates of famous cemeteries and behind the walls of private memorial grounds lie more lives that once captivated millions. Some inspired admiration, others sparked controversy. All all of them left behind memories that continue long after their final breath. One of the most controversial figures of the modern era passed away on November 29, 2023. Henry Kissinger died at the age of 100 and was buried at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. Few political figures have inspired such dramatically different opinions. To his supporters, he was one of the greatest strategists and diplomats in American history, a Nobel Peace Prize winner whose influence shaped global politics for decades. To his critics, he represented some of the darkest decisions of the Cold War era. The debates surrounding his legacy began long before his death and continue even today. Standing at his grave, one is reminded that history rarely produces simple heroes or villains. Instead, it leaves behind complicated individuals whose actions continue to be judged long after they are gone. Just months earlier, Hollywood lost one of television's most beloved faces. Matthew Perry passed away on October 28, 2023, at the age of 54. He was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California. For millions around the world, he would forever be Chandler Bing from Friends. His quick wit, sarcastic humor, and impeccable comic timing made him one of the most recognizable television characters of all time. Yet behind the laughter existed years of private struggle. Perry openly battled addiction and spent much of his adult life fighting for recovery. In his memoir, he shared painful truths about those battles, hoping others could learn from his experiences. His death shocked fans across the globe. Today, visitors still leave flowers and messages at his resting place, proof that some television characters become far more than fictional creations. Sports fans suffered a devastating loss when one of basketball's greatest defensive players passed away. Dikembe Mutombo died on September 30, 2024, at the age of 58. Buried at a private location, the eight-time NBA All-Star became famous for his iconic finger wag after blocking opponents' shots. Yet what made him truly remarkable happened away from basketball courts. After retirement, he dedicated enormous resources to improving healthcare in his native Congo. He helped build hospitals and support communities in need. When brain cancer eventually claimed his life, tributes poured in from around the world. For many people, his humanitarian work became an even greater legacy than his athletic achievements. Comedy also lost one of its most distinctive voices. Richard Lewis passed away on February 27, 2024, at age 76. Known for his anxious, self-deprecating humor, Lewis helped define an entire generation of stand-up comedy. His unique style influenced countless comedians who followed him. Television audiences also knew him through his memorable appearances on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where his friendship with Larry David became comedy gold. Even as health challenges increased in his later years, Lewis continued performing and making audiences laugh. His passing marked the end of a career built on turning personal struggles into universal humor. Another cultural pioneer left the world in 2024. Dr. Ruth Westheimer passed away on July 12, 2024, at the age of 96. Buried at a private location, the woman known simply as Dr. Ruth transformed public conversations about relationships and sexuality. Standing only 4 feet 7 inches tall, she possessed a personality far larger than her physical stature suggested. A Holocaust survivor who rebuilt her life in America, she became one of the nation's most trusted voices on topics many considered taboo. Through radio programs, books, and television appearances, she encouraged generations to discuss subjects that previous generations avoided. Her courage helped change cultural attitudes forever. Hollywood then lost another familiar face. Dabney Coleman died on May 16, 2024, at age 92. Throughout a career spanning 4 decades, Coleman perfected the role of the charming villain. Whether appearing in 9 to 5, Tootsie, War Games, or countless television productions, his signature smirk and effortless charisma made him unforgettable. He had a rare gift for portraying characters audiences loved to dislike. Even when playing antagonists, he brought a warmth and humor that made every performance memorable. The entertainment world suffered another heartbreaking loss later that year. Teri Garr passed away on October 29, 2024, at age 79. Known for beloved performances in Young Frankenstein, Tootsie, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Garr spent her final decades courageously battling multiple sclerosis. After publicly revealing her diagnosis, she became a powerful advocate for research and awareness. Rather than allowing illness to define her, she used her experience to help others facing similar challenges. Her strength inspired countless people beyond the world of entertainment. Cinema also lost one of its greatest actresses. Gena Rowlands passed away on August 14, 2024, at age 94. Her performances in films such as A Woman Under the Influence and Gloria are considered among the finest in American film history. Throughout her career, she earned multiple Emmy Awards and an honorary Academy Award. In a bittersweet twist, her Alzheimer's diagnosis became public only after her death, echoing themes explored in The Notebook, a film directed by her son. Her performances revealed emotional depths few actors could match. The Kennedy family experienced another profound loss. Ethel Kennedy died on October 10, 2024, at age 96. Buried at Arlington National Cemetery beside her husband Robert F. Kennedy, she spent more than half a century preserving his legacy after his assassination in 1968. Raising 11 children while remaining active in public service, she demonstrated remarkable resilience. Through the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization, she continued advocating for justice and equality long after tragedy entered her own life. The golden age of Hollywood musicals also lost one of its brightest stars. Mitzi Gaynor passed away on October 17, 2024, at age 93. Audiences around the world remember her from South Pacific, where her performance helped create one of the most beloved movie musicals ever produced. She represented an era when Hollywood musicals dominated popular culture. As one of the last major stars from that period, her passing symbolized the closing of another chapter in entertainment history. Music fans mourned another legendary performer. John Mayall died on July 22, 2024, at age 90. Often called the godfather of British blues, Mayall influenced generations of musicians. His Blues Breakers band became a training ground for future legends including Eric Clapton, Peter Green, and Mick Taylor. Countless rock musicians trace their roots back to his mentorship. Without John Mayall, modern blues rock might look entirely different. Broadway lost royalty in early 2024. Chita Rivera passed away on January 30, 2024, at age 91. As the original Anita in West Side Story, Rivera helped redefine musical theater. Across a career spanning 7 decades, she won multiple Tony Awards and became one of Broadway's most respected performers. Her energy, elegance, and extraordinary talent earned her a place among the greatest stage performers in American history. Then came the loss of one of the most recognizable voices ever heard, James Earl Jones passed away on September 9, 2024, at age 93. To some, he was Darth Vader. To others, he was Mufasa. Millions also recognized him as the iconic voice heard on CNN promotions. What made his achievement even more remarkable was the fact that he spent years overcoming a severe childhood stutter. The boy who once struggled to speak eventually developed one of the most powerful voices in entertainment history. His journey remains one of the most inspiring stories in Hollywood. As our journey continues, we are reminded that greatness appears in many forms. Some of these individuals entertained us, others challenged us. Some changed culture, while others changed lives directly. Yet all of them now share something in common. Their careers have ended, their applause has faded, their stages have gone dark, but their stories are far from over. Because every visitor who stops at a grave, every fan who watches an old movie, listens to a favorite song, or remembers a powerful performance keeps a small part of these remarkable lives alive. And as we continue our journey through the resting places of legends, even more unforgettable names await ahead.